Okay, so you've just been in a battle and you've been given this vast piece of paper and you have very little idea what half of it means. This video is for you. I will take you through every single line of this report so that you know what's going on, how to do better next time. If you're spending in the game, Amazon App Store can give you up to a 20% discount, so do check out the description down below for more information. So, we're looking at my battle report. This was a good battle with actually a really close adversary, so I thought this was a good one for going through. I'll take you through from the beginning. Top left, it'll tell you if you won or lost. You might say, well, if I killed more troops than he did, obviously I won. It's not that simple. Winning is more about how many troops are left compared to how many troops have been in the battle. So, you'll find out if you won or lost up here if you haven't already worked that out. Now at the top right there's also some other nice little stats, so it'll remind you which kingdom you're in when you're fighting. So if you're doing a foreign kingdom event, it will tell you that. So I was in kingdom 20314, which is actually Sorrelace, so that's not even one of the normal kingdoms. And it'll give you the X and Y coordinates for where that battle took place. Also the timestamp for when it happened, so really helpful for working out which report is which. Now you do also have these two options on the right, so you're able to share this with your alliance or if the kingdom if you wish to share it a bit more widely, and below that you can star it. So if you star it or unstar it, then that will keep it in your favorites folder. When it's unstarred, you are able to delete it. When it's starred, it's not capable of being deleted. That's great. Star the ones you want to keep, and then you can do a mass delete of everything else. Okay, so this top loot section here, what have we got? This is the amount of resources that you captured from the other player, or the amount of resources they captured from you. So if you lost, it will show how many resources you've lost. This battle, we were fighting on a tile, so there were no resources lost. So other elements here, how much dragon experience you got from the battle and how much dragon skill experience you got from the battle, and these can be used to improve your dragons. So fighting does have its benefits. Okay, so war overview. You'll be the one on the left, they will be on the right, so it'll be your name and the alliance shorthand in brackets, your location and their location, so not necessarily where the battle happened. So if you check this out, the battle happened in 851-1129. Neither one of us was there. This was a central location. Neither one of us hit each other's cities, so we do have the location for the battle, location for me, and then the location for the other player. Power loss. This refers to the number of troops that you lost wounded or that were permanently killed. Now this number is a decent indicator of how well you fought. If they lost more power, you probably did better, even if you didn't necessarily win the battle. Now, level. Now the Eternal Dragon section, this is just your dragon. I don't know why they call it the Eternal Dragon, but it'll tell you your star level compared to theirs. So this is a great comparison. If you did lose or you think you should have done better, you can start to see what's the difference. Where were they better than me? Where can I focus my efforts to improve? So, normal level, so this is just the upgrade level of your dragon, and then star level. This is the evolution level of your dragon. So you can do a comparison on their different levels. Each of these dragon skills here, unfortunately they don't give you the name, just a picture, so you will have to go back to your dragon to refer to each one if you don't know them off the top of your head. The level, so the number inside the circle is the level of that skill. The number on the inside of the black circle at the top right here, that is the evolution level for that skill. You can also see if they've got any skills that you don't have. The more they've got, the more powerful they probably are. You can see this player had the Rain of Fire up to level 2, and I had no Rain of Fire whatsoever. Now, heroes in the march. Now, these are really critical. You've got to send heroes on virtually. There's no reason really not to send heroes in every march. Preferably they should be matching. So if you've let KVK pick the heroes for you, there's a reasonable chance they might not even match and you're losing some of their key benefits. So you can do a comparison and see what heroes you're up against. So I was up against identical heroes in this battle, so 2 1-star of the latest heroes. Again, it'd be lovely if you clicked on it to have something pop up, but okay, you should know. Troops lost, so this includes wounded and includes permanent loss. So this isn't just dead troops, this is dead and hospitalized troops. So I lost 272 and my attacker lost 379, so over 100,000 troops more. So you can see how that breaks down as where all these kills came from. So I got 318,000 kills, and of those, none were Rain of Fire. He got 10,000 Rain of Fire kills. Breath of Fire, I got 61,000 to his 18,000. Now that was a big ticket difference between us. My Breath of Fire, much better than his. I've got 1,800 elemental points here to his 840. That explains these 300 elemental points here to my 900 elemental points. That's why my Breath of Fire was so much more powerful. 40,000 odd more troops killed by my Breath of Fire. And then you can see the permanent losses, so neither one of us had any permanent losses. Wounded, these are the ones that have gone into any version of your hospital. There's lots of different versions. And then survived, so those are the ones who lived to fight another day and just marched home again. So that's a great comparison to see where your different kills came from. Rain of Fire, nothing I can do about that, but Breath of Fire, he might be looking at and thinking maybe I need to put more of my points into red. You can see you got 360 blue, 180 green. He could have put some of those 360 blue into his red and done much better with his Breath of Fire when it was running, should he have switched his stones. So Draconic Elements, this is to do with your Draconic stones, the 6 stones that you have on your Draconic wheel, and it will tell you your elemental score. It won't tell you exactly the breakdown of how you've got it, but it will tell that you can use that to work out which of those skills they could have activated. Now War Strategy, this won't show if you're playing on Solar, it'll only show in Lunar. Lunar, this is a big skill, and if you click the exclamation mark, it will tell you the exact breakdown of the different skills that they've got. Really handy to see if there's anything glaringly different. So yeah, my Tempered Steel was got a lot lower than his. My Fires of Conquest was lower, and the other one is I'd put more into my Bowmen. So I've got Drums of War and 1,000 Arrows at a higher level than his skills on that one. Now this is where you're beginning Flash with thousands of numbers, and yeah, there's a lot going on here. Basic principles, these troop attack, troop defense, troop health. These are the basic core factors in the game. Attack, defense, health, and troop applies to the different types of troops. So it will apply to infantry and cavalry and bowmen. I haven't checked if it applies to siege, but I don't fight with siege, so my apologies on that. So effectively, when you take your infantry attack, I've got 40,000 here. You could actually effectively add 12,000 to that. So my real infantry attack would be 52,700, 800 odd. Now, you can do that for all your stats as well. So troop defense, my infantry defense is really 37,000 odd plus 13,185. So you can see how those troop ones can be merged into your other ones to give you their true figures. So if you wanted to do a real match, I would need to compare their infantry attack at 36,000 plus 12,000. So my real infantry attack was higher. Now the damage stats, these ones are big ticket ones, much harder to get. So yeah, these ones are after you've done your attack and it has successfully landed, beaten their defenses, how much damage you're actually going to do. So the higher this figure, the more points of hits, more health points you will take off the enemy. And then there are some little tricky tweety ones here. So troop damage received, this applies to all your different other troops. So when they're doing damage, your troop damage received will reduce their damage caused figure. So again, troop damage received, you want this to be minus as much as possible, and it will start to offset their damage caused figures. And then we've got wounded conversion and death rate. So wounded conversion, this one's a biggie when you're in real loss, troop loss environments, and this battle was not. This was a tile fight, so every troop would be treated as wounded, whatever happened. But if I was in a real loss event like KVK Excalibur Invasion, then that means that 36% of my troops would go to hospital, and 64% of my dead troops would actually just die permanently. So that's a really important factor. Death rate, this is only during rallies, so this allows you to automatically kill troops, avoiding other types of defense. Okay, I've just dropped over to a different report now. I realise that actually you do get some slightly different things if you're fighting in the KVK event. So this report here, I can also check out the individual points that I've got by engaging in a battle with a lord from another kingdom during, I presume this says, the invasion event here. So yeah, that will be one extra line here, so this will tell you the points that you're getting. And this report also includes some other players, so I thought it'd be interesting to show multiple players. in the actual battle results, the actual troop losses, shall we say. Alright, so this is when I'm reinforcing a farm. This is KVK, and you can see each of the different lords who are putting troops into the farm. You've got this I button here that will take you straight to the troops for each player, so you can click your own I if you wish to go straight to your own troops if there are multiple players in here. Now scrolling down, you'll be able to see first up so we've got the list of players. In the left hand side is your team, and on the right it is going to be their team. They'll show a quick Breath of Fire recap here, and also Breath of Fire, Rain of Fire for your own team here. Now this is a really interesting one. For critical, other players can break your critical score. Now I'm not sure, hopefully somebody can let me know in the comments down below. If you have a higher critical score than the person who's hosting this rally but isn't mega rallying, do you get your critical hit or do you get theirs? I don't know. I'm fairly sure it's based on theirs just because the report never shows your own breakdown, but it'd be lovely to know, so let me know please. So for each lord here we've got the total troops that were sent, and then we've got the wounded troops. So those are the ones that's gone to some version of your hospital, and finally you've got killed. Out of interest, killed does include all permanent deaths, but also it is feasible that these killed troops may have gone to some kind of kingdom hospital. So during Kingdom Raid, for example, your killed troops, you might get some of them back. So often it's 90% of the troops you'll get back at the end. So that may not be permanent deaths, that might be those marked as killed during an event. So if you keep scrolling down, we've now got hold of Madoc, and these are the heroes that were in the city I was reinforcing. These are not my heroes. Now they will show the damage that they've done personally as using their special hero talents, and you can check comparing to the heroes that you've come up against. Now here there is an I button, so you can click on there to get more information about the level of their march skills. Now your hero council doesn't directly apply to these hero skills, it is only their unique talent that will apply. So you can check that out there by clicking on the I. Now it will also show the Undying Oath, so it'll tell you if your team members were 6 or less. So if you have more than 6 team members, Undying Oath doesn't apply, and that it counts across however many people you have in your battle. So 6 is the maximum for all the different troop types across your whole team. And then you can see the amount of damage done, so 113,000 damage done, so that is shared across the entire group of players, I'm pretty sure, because that's quite a lot of damage for what was a farm account on this. And then you can see the Undying Oath from the person attacking, 34,187. It is very variable, critical damage, though it can go way up and way down. It's very much based on chance. Now, Deadly Arms, this is the skill on rallying, so if you're rallying and you've completed a research at the high enough level, then you can automatically start killing some troops, so it kind of bypasses the wounded system. Now if we keep scrolling down, you can see a breakdown of each of the different players and their losses, and a breakdown of our own dragon. So it is showing my dragon and my stats here, so you've got to presume that therefore my dragon is having an impact on this battle, or else they wouldn't be showing it. And for each of the troops you can check out the number of troops that were sent, the number of enemy troops that you've killed, this one here, and then the number of your troops that were killed permanently, i.e. didn't go to hospital, number of troops who were wounded, so those are the ones who would go to your alliance hospital first if you're battling in your own kingdom, and then would go to your main hospital after that, and if you filled up both those hospitals, Sanctum would start to apply. I've got a video coming up on Sanctum soon if you want more information for how Sanctum works. Finally, you've got the remaining troops, so these are the troops that didn't die and haven't gone to hospital, and they're just going to march home again. Now, one other interesting fact, a lot of people I've been told so many times, people are like, where are my troops? They've all disappeared, they're supposed to be in hospital. The troops still have to march home. So if your troops haven't got home yet, they won't go to your hospital. So there'll be a time when your troops are not in your hospital. They're also, they're not dead, so where are they? They're in limbo, they're on their way home. Once your march gets home, your troops will go to the hospital. So if you're battling, let's say, if you're battling in the KVK event, and let's say you send a march to one of the towers in Avalon, you've taken massive losses, but your march is still there, your hospital will not get those troops back until your march comes home. You could be there for hours, 8 hours potentially, before you get your troops back, and then they appear in the hospital. So they will be missing for that time period. So don't worry, they will get there as soon as that march gets home, but be patient, or you may have to bring home your march and replace it anyway. That's probably a good thing to do. If you're in a town, you've lost a bunch of troops, you probably want to replace them with more troops. So you could pull it back, or you could send more troops and just leave your hospital without those troops in there. So alright, so that is a complete breakdown of how to read a battle report. If you've got any other questions, I know there's loads in there, so do let me know in the comments down below if you want to know anything more about it. Check out this video here. It's how to upgrade your account, do better in the game. I'm EnglishTim. Thanks for watching today.